Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I wanted to talk on this new trend of video games hyping up their patch updates more than just the video game coming out. Because here's the thing, there is a racing game that I spent $90 on, and I expected to get a racing game when I had bought the game. I didn't expect to get a game that was halfway unfinished and I'm supposed to just sit there and be like, "Oh, yeah, that's normal. Yeah, that's normal for me to pay $90." Here's the thing. Do you think people, and I mean, yeah, there are some people out there where they buy fix them up homes where the home is like halfway unfinished, but at least they know that that home is unfinished. And the thing is this, they're not paying the full price. Like, imagine if after all the renovations, and all that stuff, that's how much money they had to spend for the house right then and there. So, like, let's say for an example, the house, if it's finished, it's like $500,000. So for so like let's say because I'm trying to put this in the best possible example that I can. So let's say the person doesn't know what the home looks like, or a person is showing them pictures and videos of how the home looked once before, and then they expect them to pay $500,000 for that home. They finally get the home and it's unfinished. That's how I feel when I buy a video game when it's unfinished. I feel like I just bought me a home and it's unfinished. And I'm thinking to myself, like, if I'm supposed to live here and then, getting back to this video game, if I'm supposed to play this game and then say good things about it, that's not going to happen. And then you telling me like, oh, as the time goes on, then we'll do little updates and renovations and all this stuff. I'm like, I for a video game, and especially for no home, I did not spend my hard-earned money to get something that's still in progress. If you guys are selling it like it's a fully completed working game, that's how I'm going to go about it before I buy it. I'm going to be going about it where it's like, oh, well, then this game's finished. It's not no early access game. It ain't no work in progress. This is a game where if you see it on store shelves, if you see it being, having commercials and trailers, and they're making it seem like that this is going to, and I know people are going to try to defend this game talking on Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, because that's the game I am talking about. But I feel like people will hear this and they will be like, nobody never said the game was going to be finished. Then why? My thing is this. You know how like most games when they say, because that's how I go based off of it, because it's like that on both Xbox and Steam. Xbox, I believe they say like preview, working preview or something like, or it's like preview, I think it's something like that, where a game is in like its early access stage. And then on Steam, they say that their games, or they have a whole section for video games that are in early access. Wouldn't it make sense if the video game, talking on Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, wouldn't it make sense if the video game was put in that section instead of the racing section, as if this game is fully completed? Because let's just look up some of the games in on like in that section of Steam. Let's just look up some of the games that they have in the racing section, because a lot of those games are like, they're completed. There ain't no like workarounds. I mean, my thing is this: even if it had to have been a situation where Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown was going to be in the early access section, because I've seen like BeamNG.drive, and that to me, it's like, I look at that being an early access. Well, it is an early access game, but how is it that this game, 10 years old, doesn't have the resources and the money that the people had behind Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, yet they managed to somehow, some way, with what they have, make the game funner than Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown? And there is not one person in this world where you look at the unlimited amount of stuff that you can do in BeamNG.drive, you cannot compare that to Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. You cannot. I guarantee and I promise you, there is a person that can very well make the same exact video game within BeamNG.drive. But anyways, let's just look up some of the games. So you got Forza Horizon 5. I don't remember Forza Horizon 5 having the issues that it had. I don't remember the Crew 2 having the issues that it had. Crew Motorfest, Forza Horizon 4. I guess if Snow Runner and Expeditions, like, because those are the Mud Runner games, I guess if those games are like added into the list of racing. I was more so thinking like racing, but I guess like them games can be added into the list. But yeah, at least with them two games, it was like even though they're not really racing games, still them games are completed. Let's look. Assetto Corsa, that game's completed. F124, that game. I guess if you want to throw iRacing in the mix, that is too. Forza Motorsport, the new one, it's completed. Might not have a whole lot of content, but I'm saying comparing it to Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, yeah, I would rather. And the funny thing is that I know when I was arguing with the people on Twitter, because one guy was trying to say that I wanted things handed to me like how stuff is handed to a person in Forza Horizon, or just the overall Forza. For those that have never played Forza, because I could tell that that person has never played Forza before, if you play the game, yeah, they do. I'm trying to think. Do they even give away cars in that? Like, after you then did a crap ton of races, then yeah, they might give you one car. He's making it seem like that every time when I turn the game on, they're giving me a car left and right. They're not. They're not even. Here's the thing with Forza Motorsport. I can say right now that that game ain't got no content. Like, after sitting down and playing that game, yeah, they got like that like monthly content where you could do a race and or do like multiple series of races, and then that's it. But I'm like, overall, like comparing it to something like Forza Motorsport 7. Here's the thing: when I bought the special edition of that game gave me a like they the thing is this: I don't think I started buying cars in that game until recently. When I like recently started playing the game, I guess for those that follow me on Twitch, like whenever I had started back playing that game again, yeah, that's when I had started like I think a few cars outside of like, and then with the cars that they did give me. But here's the thing though, I can say that with Forza Motorsport 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, like all the different Forza games, I never had that bad experience that I had with Test Drive. I don't care what the thing is this. They can have it where I have to buy each and every one of my cars in the next Forza that comes out. As long as I get a good gaming experience, I don't care how many cars I have to buy. And there have been times where I have not had enough money to buy the cars in those games. So I just got to look at those cars and be like, well, there goes that. Like, I ain't got the money to buy it. But guess what? I'm still having fun with this game. Even if I'm like, and that's the thing, like, I never play racing games and I'm expecting them to just start handing me out cars left and right. I know that that's not, I've been playing racing games ever since I was a young child, all right? A young child. Like, I could think back on Midnight Club, and where it's like, even with Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition, I remember they give you a gang of cars in there, but that's because you're playing the game. But the thing is this though, the game is playable. That was the point that I was trying to make. I don't know where that guy came from talking about, oh, I want cars and stuff to be handed to me like how it is in Forza. I'm like, at least with Forza, they at least know how to make the game fun. They're not talking about, oh, you gotta wait until this patch update to make the game fun. And that's overall like this whole moral of this episode, is that developers get way too comfortable putting out bad games. And I don't know what's up with that. Like, that's a genuine question that I have for developers. It's like, why do you guys think people want to pay full price money for or like a full price, for like, because I was about to say a full price, but I'm like, I feel like that's like a double negative thing. Anyways, regardless, why would somebody want to pay full price for a video game that doesn't work? And my thing is this: when have you guys ever paid full price for something and it didn't work? And that's talking to developers, because I'm like, okay, name a time. Please name a time. Because if there has been, I'm like, then you need to do something. You need to either sue, do something about the company that's out here selling you guys unfinished products. And then it's like they're expecting you to be happy about it. But it's like, how my thing is this, and this is an example. I feel like this is just my go-to example. You guys go into a restaurant, they're giving you an unfinished, or let's say they give you an unfinished pizza. Dough is all raw, pizza sauce is cold, cheese ain't even cooked, pepperonis, it's like straight from some package. They just pretty much threw that pepperoni on your pizza like it was a deck of cards. But no, they gave you that, and they're all like, oh, you gotta be happy with this. You ask, here's the thing. Then I feel like they would go based on some stuff like how people would say, trying to defend games, are like, oh, well, they said it, they never said it was a finished game. I feel like that if let's say you go to some restaurant and it has like pepperoni pizza on there, right? And then you're all like, oh, okay, well, then yeah, I'll just go ahead, buy me a pepperoni pizza. Pepperoni pizza is like $20. Like, it's like a full pizza, but it's a $20. So anyways, you buy the pizza, it's uncooked, it's unfinished, all this other stuff. And then how would that make you feel if the cook came out? You're all like, whoa, wait a minute, this pizza ain't cooked? No, I need to see somebody about this. They look you dead in your face and they say, oh, well, it doesn't say in the menu that the pizza is going to be cooked. Like, you just got to eat it. Like, I mean, I guess if you do want it cooked, you'll have to wait a little bit. And it's like that. Why would somebody, that's like a question that I have for a developer, because I feel like a developer would be trying to look for, like, you know, like a way to agree with that. There ain't no agreeing with that. My thing is this: I have never been to a restaurant where they gave me some food that was uncooked. I expect the food to be cooked. My thing is this: I done went all out my way to go get me some food and that food ain't cooked. I'm like, fam, I'm gonna feel a certain way about that. Now, why is it that? Because I know that there's people out there that be wanting to defend the actions of a video games being unfinished. It's like, why should I have to have this happy attitude with a video game and it's unfinished? Like, I'm saying, like, it really tripped me out seeing people defend this game the other day, and I'm thinking to myself, like, are you guys playing the same game that I'm playing? Because I know you guys aren't playing They're probably having a better experience than I am, but I'm going to tell you this right now. With Test Drive Unlimited, Solar Crown, and a bunch of other unfinished video games I done played, I did not have a good experience playing them. And I shouldn't have to wait no days, weeks, months, years for no update for the game to finally be working. But yeah, there was like with Test Drive, there was like, oh yeah, and that's the thing where I'm like, you guys are hyping it up like, that's not good. You're hyping it up that this game, you're gonna have like over 300 things being patched and worked on, and then adding an offline mode and all this. That stuff. My thing is this: if you guys are gonna be coming out with this game, the best thing to do, I guess, if you don't really have an understanding, because like, let's go back to this restaurant theory, right? Let's go back to this cook and customer theory. If I'm making them a pizza, but I'm like, dang, you know, I would really like for them to also be a part of this experience of making a pizza. Like, everybody, my thing is this: everybody's gonna want a different type of pizza. There might be some people out there that want a cheese, they want a pepperoni, they want a pineapple, they want all these. The thing is this: if I'm unsure, like if they're telling me what they overall want from this pizza, they are like, I want the cheese to be cooked like this, I want the sauce to be spread like this, I want the pepperonis to be like this, and the dough to be like. My thing is this: if I'm unsure and I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to need you to be here with me if you do not mind. Now, if they're on some attitude stuff where they're all like, no, you should just know, I'm like, well, I don't know. So that's why I'm asking you, because I'm like, if I don't know, then I'm like, fam, then I don't know what you really expect from me. I feel like going into this game, Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, I have no attitude about it. I was actually hyped for this game. Now, if they would have contacted me and they would have been like, hey, we seen that you was hyped for this game. We want to know, what would you overall like from this game? And this is stuff that we want to add. And it's like, if there's just some communication that goes on between the seller and the buyer, I think that even if the game did come out bad, I felt like if there would have been some communication between myself and the developers, I wouldn't have been as critical as this game. I'm like, well, you know what? They did say that at some point in time they are going to work on this game, so I'll wait, you know. But I'm like, at the same time, I can't say anything good about this game. I can't until I see what I want to see. But it's like, if I'm not seeing what I want to see, then I'm like, fam, I really don't know what good things. I'm like, what, saying what other people were saying? Oh, that's a really nice sunset. Other than that, it's like, but talking gameplay wise, I'm like, fam, or even if it's on some, but like, no, yeah, let's go back to this you know, pizza example and stuff. So the person, let's just say that they are, you know, their communication is happening. They're standing next to me. I'm making the pizza how they want them to make it and things. They're happy. I'm happy. I get paid. Fam, I'm saying, because it's like, it should have been a situation with this game where it's like the game should have been given out for free. And I think that's how a lot of these games need to. I just wish that there was some sort of way for developers like to be punished behind these types of things, where it's like you're coming out with unfinished video games. Because I'm saying games like 2K where you have it. My thing is this: if I'm trying to be, I'm not trying to have this realistic simulation, because I just seen some stuff about that recently where I think, hold on for a second, let me see if I can find that tweet again. But I think they were saying like that they were purposely messing up players on that game, or making it seem like I feel like because there's just a way that it was being explained, and I'm like, was this it? I think this was it. So there was all like pure green window details. Why you missing more? Can't go only by timing. Pay attention to animation. And so I think there was all like the yeah, they were, or no, was this? So they were all right. So I think this was a tweet. So the person was all like, so we cool with this. And I guess like, yeah, it's overall making it seem like that the person is not shooting good. But it's like, my thing is this: you've been playing years upon years worth of 2K. You should be shooting at your most amazing, like you should be in your prime pretty much. You should be in your prime by this time with 2K. But anyways, so they go on to say, so we're cool with this. Like the game blatantly gaslit good shooters into thinking that they can't shoot. And that's something where I'm like, nah, bro. Like, you're trying to give people a reason to continue playing your game, but I'm like, that's not a game worth playing. That's why I did the videos telling people not to buy that game, because I knew it was going to be some crap. And sure enough, let's just see the ratings for NBA 2K right now. Let's just see what they got going on Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation. So all right, so Steam and Xbox, PlayStation. Let's just see what they got going on. $69.99 for this video game, and it's currently at 3.4 stars, 3.42 stars. All right, so I guess that's decent, but anyways, it's like still kind of like in that mixed ratings on Steam, and they don't even have the reviews for on it. They're probably all like, you know what, let's try to trick people into making it seem like that this 2K is gonna be good. That's something that I just don't understand with this game, is that they're like, oh, let's get in good with the or not developers, but like the not publishers, but like Xbox have this like page. Hold on for a second. They don't have like no page where they're trying to get me. I ain't fooling with that. I am not fooling with that. You gotta click buy, and I'm like, nope, I ain't even gonna do that. And I'm like, I'll go on my Xbox and see what the ratings are before I do anything purchase related with NBA 2K. The only way I'll play that game is if it's on the Xbox Game Pass. But even then, it's like, fam, you have to understand that when a person, and that's the thing where it's like people always want to jump to like talking about, oh, it's a skill issue. It's a skill issue. I'm not playing a game to test out my skill issues. I'm not playing a game to see how good my skill. No, if I'm playing a racing game, if I'm playing a basketball game, if I am playing a shooting game, whatever the situation is, if I am playing a video game, I'm not worried about the skills that I'm bringing. I should just be able. My thing is this: nobody had no idea when Mario had came out for the first time. Nobody had no idea on what that game was. But overall, it's a plumber trying to save a princess. How many people has that type of skill? How many people has that skill where they can say that, oh yeah, I'm a plumber trying to save a princess? Nobody has no skill in that field. I'm trying to think of some other things. God of War. Not any of us, we're not no gods. So it's all like, how, my thing is this: how am I supposed to what skills do I have going up against some mythical forest creatures? I don't have no skills. So that's why in most games, a difficulty setting, stuff like that should be added. Because I'm saying, it's like, I feel like that if that game, even if they would have just had that, like a difficulty settings in the game, and not have it where it's like, okay, you have it where the car that I'm driving is working against me and act like I don't want to stop completely or turn completely. And then you have it where it's like the AIs is like all overpowered and just driving past me like it's nothing. Yeah, that's not going to make me want to play a game. But I tell you right now, it's like all the different racing games I played, I highly doubt that it's a skill issue. When everybody else is saying the same exact thing with this video game, I highly doubt that on my part it is a skill issue. So anyways, but yeah, that's another thing where it's, just getting back to the original topic of this video, that it shouldn't be hyped up to that you're coming out with a patch update. The game should have just been working as soon as it came out. It's like if you're selling it for $59.99, $69.99, if you're overall just selling this game for any amount of money and you're making it seem like that it's a fully functional working game and it's not, you're gonna lose fans doing that. Now, maybe if they were to say that this is an early access game, then okay, then I just feel like that's just a little bit better when it comes to communication. But if not, and you ain't trying to talk to nobody about stuff, then yeah, like I've been saying, come next year, ain't nobody gonna be fooling with this game. All right. So, anyways, it's like they'll be playing this game out of pity because they feel bad for it. So, anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode, and peace.